Oh, there you go. Nice. That's the one. Right, so the first person we bumped into is Kev.
Hello.
How you feeling, Kev?
Rough. Very rough.
So can we stop looking at other people's stuff for 1 minute and have a look at your store?
I won't know.
He won't do you a deal?
No, I won't.
So yours is the one that's all lit up. Ah, look at this. So talk us through what you've done then, Kev. You going to talk us through your store before it's...
Yeah, so I've got the stuff out the shed.
Yep.
And I've put it on some tables.
Okay. Look at him, he's downplaying it, isn't he? Look at all this effort. It looks great, mate. And this, we talk about this whilst it's quiet. Yeah. This is what you're raffling off for charity.
Yeah, so that's going for combat stress. Anything that Just Giving goes to combat stress.
Yep. For every £5.
For every £5, your name gets into a raffle, and then we're going to draw it. We need to arrange a date for that.
We're going to do it on our pickups video, aren't we, I think? And then you got that light up box down there as well.
Yeah.
Oh, this is cool. I like that. That's good, isn't it? For sale.
You don't want to know how much that costs. That was made for the game room.
The quality of the print is brilliant.
Yeah, it's wicked, isn't it?
Yeah, really good, mate. Let's have a look what you got for sale then.
I'm just going to die on this chair.
Your pushed funds NES section then.
How can a man that doesn't collect PS3 essentials have that many spare PS3 essentials?
Off eBay, I bought like 60 essentials.
What a guy. Right, we've ran into Mr. Mega Drive himself.
Good morning.
Dan's just reminded me that sometimes you forget. This is Kev's overflow. This is his. This is the stuff he's got stuff, but in better condition of.
Yeah, basically exactly that.
Jim, you've got the best bit hidden here. Oh,
I know. Oh, you've got a retro Kev there, haven't you?
is Retro Kev on here?
Yep.
Ah, look at that. Cover it. Put it back on. Put the games back on. Retro Ghetto. Okay, so welcome properly to this week's Retro Ghetto. As you can see, I am at the inaugural Nottingham City Retro Fair. I think it's called. Here it is. I'm at the inaugural Nottingham City Gaming Fair. Yeah, there's two venues. So I've started off in the smaller of the two because, I mean, that's where Kev is, right? But yeah, this is the bigger room, really nice and spacious. So I'll take you guys for a quick walk. Oh, these are great. So these are designed to sit on your shelf.
Yeah, between books or games.
That's a great idea. Love that. So yeah, it's just a way of breaking it up. That's really cool.
Especially if you've got colourful ones.
Yeah.
Or, I mean,
Yeah.
they're there. He printed some colourful ones now,
Yeah.
but they're...
They look so good. If I had the space, I'd grab a couple of them. I've just got
Yeah,
too
you
many
don't have
games.
the space.
I ain't got the space, no.
He's always watching your channel.
Yeah, all right, well, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot, love. You have a great day.
You too.
Thank you.
It's a cassette.
That is super cool, isn't it? I love that. So what's it? Cassette like carrier?
That was cassette.
So would it have come with a Mario cassette originally, or just like a?
No idea, man. I've had it for ages. I just...
Do you want to open it, mate? 'Cause I don't want to risk breaking it. 40-year-old bit of plastic.
There you go.
Ah, yeah.
You think it would be for like Famicom, but they don't fit in there. It's just like cassette.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? Like you say, yeah, you think it'd have.
Yeah.
That's a really nice piece, though, man. I like that. And it's nice to see a little gameplay area as well. Bit of outrun going on. Halo. Awesome. No, that's what I'm talking about. Old school ISS. Yeah. Spotted Kirk and Dave out here. Queuing up, look. We'll see them gentlemen shortly. Right, let's go back to the... this is what I'm calling the VIP area, isn't it, Fob? VIP room, this? Very important. Yeah. Okay, so I've ran into event organiser James. Good to see you, mate. So this is your first one.
It is, yes.
It's very impressive, I've got to say.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Seems like it's going very well. I know it's early,
It is early.
but it seems like everything's going well.
Yeah, nothing's gone upside down just yet.
No,
so,
you wait till the people come. Wait till the hordes come in. That might change.
Exactly. Yeah, see me when that happens, and it'll be a different story.
So what motivated you to do this?
So basically, I've been going to these events for maybe 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
And being brought up in Nottingham, I decided. Oh, sorry, got me.
Oh, here we go. It's kicking off on camera.
Yeah, sorry. So I've been coming to events like this for maybe 5 or 6 years now.
Yeah.
As a trader and also as an attendee. And at the time we had nothing in Nottingham.
Yeah.
So we've had a couple of Nottingham expos, which friend James, who's in the other room today, has set up and decided, you know what, we could probably get a couple of rooms full of traders. Seems to be enough demand for it.
Absolutely.
So about this time last year, thought about putting on an event, and a year later,
Here we are.
There we go, yeah.
Well, I've seen a lot of the work that you've done via the Discord. I know you've shared certain things. We've seen how much effort's gone into it. Great venue, I've got to say. I think the main criticism of a lot of venues is sometimes they're too small, too dark, gets too busy.
Yeah.
This
hopefully
looks, yeah.
This ticks a box. For the attendees in terms of space, we've got space to move around, and obviously space to socialise. Also for the traders, they can get straight in and straight out. So
How long would you say it's taken then from start to finish to get it together?
I think it's took about a year.
Yeah.
Obviously got a full-time job, but I'm doing this on the side, and yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully today it'll be a great success. People enjoy it, and yeah.
Absolutely. What would you say was the hardest thing? What was the thing you didn't expect to be as difficult as it's been?
I think with the venue, it's making sure that they're on board and know what I'm wanting to get out of the venue.
Yeah.
So communication. That's the key thing.
Yeah.
Is communication. Make sure everybody's on the same page. Sometimes people get misunderstand or not really know what the plan is.
Yeah.
But for me, it's probably the communication.
Brilliant. Well, like I say, James, it seems like a perfect venue.
Yeah,
It's nice to see even more stuff happening in the East Midlands, that's for
Yes,
sure.
yeah.
And it's a nice location for everybody to get to. So congratulations. Hopefully we'll grab a word with you a bit later on as well.
Of course, you're always-
And yeah, let's hope it all goes well.
Lovely.
Thanks a lot, mate. I'm so glad that I was able to catch up with James before the event opened properly. Yeah, just massive shout out to him. Huge respect. As I've just discussed, the work that's gone into putting on an event like this is not to be taken lightly, and I know it's hugely appreciated by myself and a lot of other people in the community. It was a great event, and I'm going to touch upon that a little bit more later into the video. But you might think with me getting in there early that I was sort of going around getting all the deals, picking up all the good stuff. That wasn't really the case. It was very much a social event, and I spent the majority of my first hour or so there just chatting to people, catching up. But I did pick up one game. This one game caught my eye. Of course, it's on the Mega Drive, and because it was just £5. Yeah, a complete in-box Mega Drive game that I don't own for £5. I don't want to go as far as to say uncommon, but I don't think I've ever seen it or noticed it before, that's for sure. And for £5, complete Mega Drive game, I'm picking it up all day long, and that was Ultimate Soccer. This 1993 Rage Software developed football game was requested by Sega, and that's one of the few interesting things about what is a very average, if not below par, football game, is that it's very intrinsically linked with Sega. Because they requested it, they're actually allowed to use their mascot, their biggest of all their franchise, Sonic. So it's quite interesting seeing the menu screens of this game and seeing Sonic. So when you can select like one player versus CPU or one player versus one player, whatever it may be, there's little Sonic logos added throughout, which, yeah, just an interesting quirk into what is a random sports game. But yeah, I don't say out loud I'm going for a full Mega Drive set, but equally, if I see games that I don't own for a decent price, I'm picking them up. So yeah, I was always going to pick that up for £5, so I thought that was like a decent start to the day. Also, shout out to Dan, as we know, who's going for a full Mega Drive set. We'll see a lot more from him later on in the video. He didn't own this one, and it was nice to walk past and show him this. It was nice to let him know that I'd found one that he didn't own yet. But aside from that, I just spent the morning chatting with Kev, and Kev, I've got to give a shout out, man, because Kev does not do things by halves, does he? This is his first ever event, and it's probably the best looking stall I've ever seen at one of these markets. He'd gone all out with LEDs and, yeah, on top of all that, he was, of course, showcasing his Gameboy Display case. I've spoken about it on a recent vlog. He's raffling that off. All the proceeds of that will be going to a fantastic charity for Army veterans, so make sure you get involved if you want to win the chance to own what is a one-off piece. The link, of course, will be in the description box below, and for every £5 that you donate, you will get put into the raffle, and myself and Kev are going to draw the winner on a very special Christmas pickups episode that we've got coming very soon. But speaking of Kev, he did gift me some of his coasters that he's produced. You'll be seeing more of these throughout the episode. Also, he had one game which I wanted for my collection, and that was Ren and Stimpy, Stimpy's Invention. This one's a 1993 Blue Sky developed action platformer based on a 1992 episode of the Nickelodeon tongue-in-cheek animated series. You guide the duo as they battle to retrieve parts to rebuild their latest invention, the Mutate-O-Matic, which can turn household items into food. This is the third Ren and Stimpy game, sandwiched between Veediots and Fire Dogs, and yeah, just one that I didn't already own. And not only is this Mega Drive, not only is it a blue spine, but I was a huge Nickelodeon kid growing up, man. In particular, Hey Arnold and the Rugrats, but I also had a soft spot for Ren and Stimpy, Rocko's Modern Life, all that other fantastic cartoons of that era, which I don't want to get into a rant about kids' programs of today, but being a father of 2 young children, they definitely don't make them that they used to, that's for sure. So for me, this is pure nostalgia, man. Everything that's sort of like early 90s in one nice blue spine Mega Drive box. And I gotta give a shout out to Kev, right? Kev being Kev, I picked this up, I asked him how much, and he basically put it on the inside of my jacket. So I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be paying him for it, but I'll take it. Right, at this point, I think the event's about to begin. People are about to come in, so let's get back to it. Here he is, look.
The retro Ghetto ones are a lot cheaper than the retro Kevs. Which one you have?
They're only queuing to see Kev. No one's buying, no.
That's all weird.
What are you buying, mate?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, good man. Buying, what you got?
I got Prince of Persia here.
Yeah.
It's quite a really nice case as well. And obviously, retro Ghetto with added Kev coaster.
Oh, you got to go with an added Kev.
Yeah.
Let's see it then.
Yeah.
Let's see it then.
Yeah. You can't quite see it, but
No.
it's nice over there.
Okay. I'll get my 30% kickback, yeah? Oh, he's stopped listening, look.
Yeah.
So that's the one he's bought. Ah,
Nice.
you're halfway right. Right, the whole Ghetto gang seems to have assembled. It's like the Avengers. What you bought, Dave?
Rogue Galaxy and Master of Monsters.
I'm assuming these are the RPGs?
Yes.
Yeah, goes without saying. Nice one, Dave.
And the rest.
Is there more?
There's more.
Yeah.
I thought he was doing really well.
You know, he didn't want to show me, did he? Look. Oh, my missus is watching this. Oh, here we go.
Xenogears and Parasite Eve 1.
You know what it is? This is because you know what I'm going to say, don't you? The NTSC slippery slope that you find yourself going down.
Oh, yeah.
Here's James, main man. You may remember him from his game room.
Hello.
He bought just one purchase so far.
So far, yeah.
That's not like you, James.
Oh, no. Fun to be good.
What about you, Connor? What you bought, mate? Anything?
I've already bought 3 things.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
he's expensive.
Oh, that's a great buy. Yeah.
Reshrines.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 13-2.
Nice. Well, we've got Toys R Us.
You're going to need to get Star Wars Jedi Power.
Oh, nice. Some nice additions, mate. What's your best pickup of the day?
Well, you know, you cannot argue with a bit of.
Oh, I didn't know it was that one you were showing.
Sorry.
Let's do that. Cut. What's your best pickup of the day?
Well, it just so happens to be the classic.
Classic.
You know, added Kev.
Come see me, I'll get you one that doesn't have this bit on it.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah, that would be good, wouldn't it?
Discontinued. Never making any more. Come as a pair.
Talking of coming as a pair, how are you getting on with Seaman?
It's all gone.
It's all gone.
I think that section of clips really sums up this event. Just a real great community aspect to it, and it was great to catch up with a lot of Discord members, old and new, and we sort of spent, a large amount of time just catching up and exchanging pre-arranged deals and gifts. And the first one that I want to show to you guys is a gift from my friend Craig. Now I know this wasn't easy for Craig, because Craig's a Liverpool fan. We're going to move on quickly. Not very much I can say to him right now. But he found this for me, and it's a sealed copy of Arsenal Club Football 2005. So it was quite an interesting time in football games where there was so many on the market. You know, it wasn't long after this where there was basically just two, and I think at this point there's pretty much just one, right? But yeah, there was a whole plethora of different clubs that had their own individual games released. Some very obscure clubs. It's a real sort of subset to collect for. I know, like on the original Xbox, there's like, you know, lower league German teams and all sorts of like games which are quite hard to find for that subset. But yeah, when Craig kindly gifted this to me, I told him I already have it, but it's very kind of him because obviously this is sealed. It's an upgrade, but I don't actually already have it. It turns out there was two of these I didn't even know. So I have Arsenal Club Football, but this is Arsenal Club Football 2005. So nice to be adding both to my collection. But yeah, massive shout out to you, my friend. And let's get into some more of the pre-arranged deals, shall we? So, I had to come home with the Super Nintendo game, of course. So yeah, this is just one that you just don't see out and about too often. And that is Turn and Burn No Fly Zone. It's a 1994 jet flight simulator, which in the years after Top Gun was sort of all the rage, right? This one was actually a Super Nintendo exclusive. There was a Mega Drive version planned, but it never got released. As you would imagine, it's first-person perspective in a jet cockpit, and yeah, exactly what you would expect. It's from a jet flight simulator game, so a lot about takeoff, landings, and taking out enemy targets. But like I say, not one that you see too often. This pre-arranged deal was courtesy of my friend James, and yeah, I knew going into this event I was going to come home with at least one complete Super Nintendo game for the collection. So yeah, it was always going to be a good day regardless of what else I found. And a couple more to get through. Now this first one is cardboard of the PlayStation 1 variety. That's right, I'm a cardboard fetishist, but you know, I don't discriminate consoles. I like cardboard across the various platforms. So this first one came from Connor. Shout out to Connor. And that is a copy of Mortal Kombat 3. I actually own Mortal Kombat 3 as part of the Mortal Kombat trilogy, I believe. But yeah, guys, you know, it's cardboard, it's a special edition. I'm happy to have it. So yeah, shout out to you, my friend. And speaking of cardboard on the PlayStation 1, the final pre-arranged deal that we had was for a game which I've been after for a long time. This is just one of them ones that's just quite obscure. I knew I was going to have this game one day, and that is Total NBA 97. Not a game I've actually ever played. I do have quite a decent history with basketball games. Spent a lot of time, of course, playing NBA Jam when I was younger. And as the years progressed, I played a lot of the NBA 2K series. I think it was in and around 2K14, and me and my friend used to put loads of time into that. I remember being wowed by the graphics at the time. But this one, I mean, look at it. Not only does it come in a blue cardboard box, which itself is unique, with that on the front, that Total NBA, in the style of a basketball, yeah, it's just me all over, right? It's just, I love things like that. And not only that, but I wasn't actually aware, when you open it up, there's like a scene inside as well of a basketball game. It's just a beautiful thing to own. Yeah, like I say, I love things like that. Anything cardboard, anything unusual, I'm all over it. So yeah, I was absolutely delighted with that. So that was all the pre-arranged deals. I've caught up with all the Ghetto gang members, friends old and new. Now, let's go and hunt for some more video games. I must say, this is a beautiful venue. I mean, I recently watched a Pixel Game Squad video, and they were at a convention in California. I mean, it ain't California, it's Nottingham, but it's not a bad place to come in 5 minutes. I'm doing one quick final lap. I need to go back into this first room. I've not really spent much time in here. I've been sort of chilling with Kev and the gang. So yeah, let's go and do a quick lap in the first room. Aren't you two supposed to be behind the store?
We are working.
Yeah.
Need more stock.
Yeah, it's not even open yet. What you found? What you hunting?
I've got quite a few.
Oh, look at this. It's not often you see Dad next to a stack of Mega Drive, is it?
Working hard.
Or hardly working.
Ground variance is a slippery slope.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
nice.
That's the one.
Yeah.
You're not buying it?
The manual's a little bit.
For the money?
No, it's yeah.
A lot of money for that.
It
Isn't it?
is.
It's nice though.
If the manual's in better condition, I would have. Yeah. It's a yeah. You don't
Heavy,
see
heavy
it.
hitter.
Yeah.
Nice game.
I'm selling this person.
Right, okay, so before we get into my pickups and before we look at Dan's extensive Mega Drive piles, of which is a custom at this point, we need to discuss Pirates of the Darkwater on the Mega Drive. This is the game based on the American fantasy animated television series which ran for 2 seasons between 1991 and 1993. The Sunsoft developed action platformer looks fantastic, and what I love about this one is it's completely different to the game that was released on the Super Nintendo. So there's no conflict of interest. So if you're going to buy 2 very expensive games, you're not buying the same game. The action platformer that you're seeing for the Mega Drive is very different to the beat-em-up classic style that is on the Super Nintendo. So yeah, it's nice to own both of these, and it's a game which I've been wanting for quite some time. I mentioned a while back when I had £600 with CX vouchers, I almost bought this game. The only thing that stopped me was it's like a £450 game at CEX, and to buy a game of that value with no manual, I just couldn't do it. There was something stopping me from doing it. I didn't want to have like an asterisk next to a game that I paid that much money for, or would have paid that much money for. So I never went ahead with it, but it's definitely been one that's been on my sort of radar up until this point. I've got to say though, going into what I knew would be a relatively quiet market in comparison to some of the biggest ones in the country, with it being the first of its kind, I did not expect to be finding a video game that I wanted to buy for £650. But that's how much it was. So I'm stood there, I'm looking at this game, and whilst the manual had seen better days, the actual condition of the box was great. And this wasn't a reseller as such. This was a guy who was a big collector, and he was selling some of his games which he'd conditioned upgrade for his Mega Drive and other systems. So I decided I was going to buy it, right? I thought, I'm going to go for it. I want this game. And there's a couple of reasons as to why. Firstly, it was a very good time because at this time of year, I have certain family members that want to give me things, and I always say, just give me the money. So at this point, I'd already got a little bit of money set aside that I could have put towards this game, so that made it a little bit more attractive. But I'm looking at this game, £650. I knew I didn't want to pay that. For me, if I'm going to buy a game which is very, very expensive, unprecedented for me, I've never spent anywhere near that much money on a video game before, I thought, well, I want it for a bargain. I don't mind paying a lot of money if it's worth more, if that makes sense, right? I'm just cheap like that. So anyway, he had it for £650, and I went in very low. I said I could do £5. Now, I know that is low, but I just thought it's still a lot of money, right? And he can only say no. So he came back with, he could go down to £600. Now, we had a couple of conversations throughout the day. I bumped into him a few times around the market, nice guy. And I just reminded him that the offer was there, and he just said he couldn't do it. Now, it wasn't long after I'd left the event that the immediate regret kicked in. I wish I'd bought this game. And the reason is, I feel like there was a deal that was there to be done, and I just don't think I was eager enough to get it over the line. I was at 5, he was at 6. Maybe the obvious thing to do was to put 550 to him, and I think maybe with 550, with the knowledge I had that bit of Christmas money come in, could have been enough to persuade myself and hopefully him to have done the deal. So if you're watching this, mate, let me know, right? Because I still want that game. I've been thinking about that game a lot. And it's one of them where, yes, I've got non-buyer's remorse, because it's not very often you see this game complete, and it's a game I want. I mean, look at the box art, man. It's absolutely stunning. The colours pop. This ain't a game that you want sun faded. This game is absolutely stunning to go front and centre in my Mega Drive collection. But, like I say, it's one of them, I've got non-buyer's remorse. But also, had I bought it, I'm pretty sure I'd have buyer's remorse, just simply because of the value of it. So it's definitely one of them. But I wanted it so much so that I actually rang Kev after the event, and my plan was to say, look, Kev, speak to the guy, can we do 550? Kev didn't answer his phone because he was actually packing up the van at the time. By the time I spoke to Kev, it was too late, he'd already gone. I suppose I took that as a sign that it wasn't meant to be. Also, it's my own fault, I should have done this deal when I was there in person. But yeah. That's my Pirates of the Darkwater story. But now I feel like more than ever I've got unfinished business with this game, so we've got to add that to collection at some point. I think some point in 2025 I'm going to make it my mission to add that game to the collection. But let's get back to the event, which is now dwindling down. Let's catch up with all of Dan's pickups, and then I'll show you my final pieces as well. How you getting on, Kev? Ghetto gang member Storsy, Stalwart. Oh, that's nice. Taking that to work Monday. Sandwiches in it. Right. Call it a day. Leave you here.
Thanks for popping in, Callum.
Are you going to be alright? Are you going to be able to handle these crowds?
I'm a people person, Callum.
Yeah, not much to say about that, is there? Bye. Dan, how many games you bought? Should we have a look at what Dan's pick? Should we do some Dan pickups? Let's do some Dan pickups.
I've only got 2 bags.
Wouldn't be a video without a Dan
There's one in the
pickup.
van.
Ah, this is a familiar setting. Dan with a car boot open, full of games. Let's see what you got there, mate.
These are from Kevin's store.
Yeah, so these are free then, is what you're saying?
No.
To be confirmed.
You know Kevin. What I didn't
So-
realise, somebody told me today, so obviously Populous is a big
Yeah.
case. So they made their own cases to cut costs.
Oh, because there's like more.
So you see how the box is bigger?
Yeah.
And they don't shut as well.
So it's not because it's a big manual or anything?
No. So apparently they did the 6 big box variant, not variants, but games. I've got another one there.
Oh, so you're going for all the variants as well?
Well, it's not in the variant. They only come like that.
Got you.
There's 6 of the EA games.
That they did that way.
They try and make.
That's
the
not one you
cases
see very
cheaper.
often, is it?
No. Again, that's Kevin's duplicate.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Good one to get for free.
Yeah. I'll probably have to pay more than that.
Hey, you don't come free. You've been helping him today, haven't you?
Yeah.
Your manual labour costs. 888. No, 688.
Yeah.
Attack sub.
The first one on the list, apparently.
Another one you don't see very often.
No.
Team USA.
Unless
Nice.
you get to Kevin's and he's got 2.
2, yeah. Sounds like Kevin. And these are the ones you actually went out and bought.
Yes.
Some separate purchases.
Yeah, the stall.
That seems like a good price for that. I'm sure I've seen that. Yeah, it's a lot of these obscure anthropomorphic platformers just carry value. I'm sure this is usually like a 60 quid game or so.
I'm sure I've seen it.
Yeah, nice. Plus blue spine.
I saw that you got a £5 game, football game, so I thought I've got to try and get there as well. But yeah, just fillers really today.
Yeah.
Nothing. Although I'm hoping to leave with ooze.
Yes. You have to let me know. We'll put on screen now whether you left with ooze or not. Block art, another one you don't see too often. A lot of these are just uncommon, aren't they?
Yeah. That's, I think it's like £20, but you
can't wait to go home and play that.
I've not seen that one, to be fair, and I say that's one of the big box
Yeah, it just feels
games.
almost like a VHS clamshell
They're
type.
really plastic. They don't shut very well. a lot
Feel
of
cheap.
times.
Look at the hang time.
Yeah, they are just, apparently there's 6.
You can soon lose track of these as well.
Yeah.
I'm the SNES, I lose track of FIFAs, NHLs, just white
so
spines,
many.
different dates. Yeah. Well, nice. A few more added to the collection.
Yeah.
Do you know how many you're on? Do you know how many numbers you're on there?
I'm on 250.
And once it's all set up, we're going to come and have a look, yeah?
Yeah.
People keep asking me.
Yeah.
So we'll see Dan's collection soon.
Yeah, we've got the games room will be built, started after Christmas. So
Yeah, we'll keep abreast of the build then.
Yeah, because I want to, I like the way you split your cases.
Yeah.
The way you split yours.
Yeah, like just aesthetic first, and then alphabetise from there. Yeah. Right, nice one, Dan.
Happy days.
Cheers, mate.
Lovely.
Shout out to Dan for letting us see his pickups, and you heard it from the horse's mouth. We're going to be taking a look at his games room. Hopefully he's going to have that built next year, and we'll bring that to the channel, because I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how he's going to display what I'm sure will be every single Mega Drive ever released before too long. But let's get into the games which I hunted down. So this first one was a Nintendo Switch game, which the original release caught my eye, and I've always been tempted to pick it up. I just never come across it. But I saw the sequel, and the seller did me a fantastic price. I think he gave me this for just £10, so I had to pick it up, and that is Origami 2. So 2022 action-adventure stealth game set 100 years after the events of the 2019 original. You play as the elite Origami as they attempt to save the people of Rashomon Valley from invading armies. And if you enjoyed games like Tenku, which I know I did growing up on the PlayStation 1, this looks like the sort of modern day version of that. I love the art style of this. That's one of the things which stuck out to me from the original. I watched a couple of reviews of this since, and they were somewhat polarising. Some people said it was a fantastic game, others said it got a little bit monotonous. I'm not really one for stealth. I'm more of a kick in the door with the big gun and go shooting. No matter how I try to go into games, no matter how many times you start playing Skyrim and think you're going to go into as a stealthy archer, I always ended up as the brute with the big two-handed weapon smashing everybody in sight. That's just sort of go-to type, I guess. But I think this game sort of really forces you to be a bit more stealthy. I think sort of the enemies can be quite unforgiving, so if you can get through undetected, I think that's definitely the way to do it. I'm not going to play this one yet. I'm going to pick up the first one, I think, and then we'll get into this one after that, should I enjoy it. But yeah, make sure you let me know in the comment section what your thoughts are on Origami, if you've played either of these games, but definitely looks like something I'd enjoy, and for £10 it just felt like a no-brainer. Also on that gentleman's store was a piece of PS2 cardboard, Ghost in the Shell. Now, the guy offered me a fantastic price, and it seems to be a day of regret, because I regret not buying that as well. So if you are watching, my friend, reach out to me, because, yeah, I wish I'd added that to my collection. So, yeah, let me know if you're watching. But as we get to my final pickup of the day, this was from my friend Fob. Shout out to Fob, great guy. I always see him at many of these events. And he had quite a few, he's always got real nice games, 16-bit stuff. I've bought many things off him in the past. But this one just really caught my eye. I remember seeing a review of this a while back, and just being one that I always wanted to add to my collection, and that is on the Mega Drive, a blue spine, so, you know, it's always a good start, and that is Bonkers. This 1994 release is based on a Disney animated series. This completely passed me by. I've got no recollection of this as a kid. I don't remember watching this. I don't know if it was something that we got in the UK, or if it was maybe on the Disney Channel, which I didn't really spend much time into. As I've said, I was a Nickelodeon kid, but yeah, somehow Disney's Bonkers completely passed me by as a series. The whole thing's quite an interesting premise. It's an anthropomorphic bobcat who became a cop after his failed show business career. So, yeah, quite interesting for a Disney cartoon. The game itself is actually divided into 4 mini-games, and then each of them have 15 rounds, which I believe get more difficult as you progress through them. And I think that's what makes the game so endearing and somewhat sought after. It's very difficult to find a complete copy of this. It's never in stock complete with a manual at CEX, and it's like £50, I believe, should you be lucky enough to find one. But yeah, you have to take on 4 different enemies, and the game itself, like I say, is split up into not only 4 different mini-games, but 4 different styles of game, one of which plays more like a shmup. I think you're in a museum and you throw in, I believe, donuts, but the way it works out is it looks very much like a shmup sort of game. There's also one which is more like a shooter, and there's one which seems to play a little bit like Goof Troop from the footage I've seen, a little bit more puzzle-based and looks like that kind of almost isometric Goof Troop view. And there's also one which looks very interesting, which is like a top-down driving level. So yeah, a lot of bang for your buck with Bonkers. That should be on the front of the box, I like that. A lot of bang for your buck with Bonkers. Just one of them interesting games. Like I say, one that I've watched a couple of reviews on over the years that I always thought, that looks like a game I'd enjoy. So happy to pick it up and happy to add yet another blue spine game to my collection. And I've got to say, to round off, massive shout out once again to James. For me to see firsthand how much effort goes into putting on these events, yeah, a lot of respect to you, my friend, and you did it flawlessly. You would not know this was the first of its kind, and I think with it being the first of its kind, it really added to that community aspect. It really added to that kind of everybody was there to support. There was a lot of people that were just there with positive vibes, and yeah, just there to help somebody with their inaugural event, and hopefully this is the first of many, because I really enjoyed it. It was a fantastic venue and a great way to round out what has been a great year of video game fairs and conventions. This is the last one now. To my knowledge, the next big video game one is Leeds in February, so of course we'll be going to that. But yeah, once again, massive shout out to James, massive shout out to everybody that I spoke to on the day, exchanged gifts with, and yeah, just made it a positive vibe. The good vibes didn't stop there though. Myself and a few of the Ghetto gang members headed off to do another game hunt straight from there. So all that footage will be shown on Sunday's vlog. But yeah, let me know what you thought of this one. Let me know what your favourite pickup of mine was on the day. And as always, play your games, keep it retro. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.
Come and have a look around the ghetto. We got Sonic and Staples settle. Lock into the retro ghetto.
Okay, so this week's post-credit gameplay might surprise you. You may have been expecting Ren and Stimpy or Bonkers, but do you know what? These post-credit gameplay scenes, whilst they are there for your enjoyment, they're also here to encourage me to play games, and I don't really need encouragement to play 90s platformers. But 90 sports games on the PlayStation 1? That's something I probably need some encouragement to play. Well, we'll find out whether that was a good idea or not shortly. So I'm playing Total NBA 97. Completely new to this franchise. As I said in the video itself, NBA Jam and NBA 2K series later on are pretty much my only experience with basketball games. I do enjoy basketball. I'm not an avid fan. I'm not up to date with the current basketball roster. But there was a period of time I'd keep abreast of, you know, who was winning, who was good, that kind of thing. Chicago Bulls, that was obviously my era. But who shall we be? Let's have a look. Lakers is probably the team, isn't it? Lakers, yeah, Lakers are pretty good. I think, though, for the purposes of this, we're going to be the All-Stars, just because I want to play with some people that I recognise, and I don't know the rosters well enough to know who's who. So we'll go with 96 East All-Stars, and we'll play against... Who should we play against? We want to give ourselves a bit of a challenge, don't we? Let's play the Bulls. They're better at free throws, so, you know. That's fair, right? Okay, let's go. I don't know who's on my roster. Okay, we've got Anthony Hardaway, 3-point king. Grant Hill, centre. 7'1". That's got to be Shaq, and that's got to be Kobe. I assume Shaq and Kobe are not registered, right? That looks about right to me. Unlike most times you see me with games, I have actually had a quick look at the instruction manual. This is not the kind of game you want to go into without knowing the buttons, right? So I've got a loose understanding of the buttons. Not that it looks like it's going to help. Right, okay. 7's the skill button. Triangle's the skill button, sorry. Yep. Right. Oh, an early 3! Anthony Hardaway! And I think the graphics have held up pretty well. This looks pretty good, right? Oh, Hardaway! Yes! We're taking an early lead. Hardaway again! You've got to be kidding me. Oh, too much. We're asking too much. We can afford to miss one after 2 steals. I'm never very good at defending on basketball games. Never. I always just whack all the buttons and hope for the best. Big lad here has got to be Shaq, hasn't he? Let's see what Shaq's got. We'll take it. Wasn't one for the cameras. Getting crowded out here. Oh! We've got an early contender for MVP in Hardaway. Raining threes. Oh, Pippin's on both sides. Oh! Oh! Send him for a hot dog. Go on, Shaq. Go on, big lad. Yes! Big Diesel! Big Diesel! You don't save those. Okay. Right, we ain't got long. We want to have the final play, don't we? Hardaway. Ah.
At the end of the first quarter.
Okay, let's see what substitutes we've got then. Who are we going to get rid of? Can we replace Scotty? Patrick Ewing, morning. Yeah, we'll put Reggie Miller in at guard. Give Anthony Hardaway a well-earned rest. Let's go. Here he is, Big Reg. What you got, Reg? All the skills. All the skills. Pippin! Oh, get off of me! Yes, that's how we start. That's how we're going on. Oh, oh. Ah, credit where it's due. Credit where it's due. Go on, Reggie. Where's the movement? We'll take a 2. We'll take a 2. Come on, Reg.
For 2. Nothing but net. Eastern All-Star.
I'm behind. When did this happen? Right, I'm going to have to step this up then. Big Diesel. Could have dunked that, right? I mean, I've got to stop trying the dunks. We'll just take the points at this point. But get up there, son.
For 2. Off the glass.
Get up. Oh, get off of me.
Steal.
Oh, Shaq, you are slow, mate. You're running in treacle, lad. Here he is. Big Diesel. Let's go. We're back in the lead. Oh, never. Took the gamble.
For 2.
Never. No. How am I behind? 3. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Come on, Reggie. We've got to move the ball quicker, mate. Come on. Boom! Kobe! R.I.P. the GOAT. Let's go. Come on. Come on. We've got time here. We've got time. Come on. Where's D? Be on D. Get him. Ah. Luke Longley. Thought white men can't jump. What happened to that? Oh no, beaten by the buzzer. We have got a lot to play for now. We are down. Right, Hardaway's back in. We're going to rest Big Shaq. Going to bring on Big Patrick Ewing. Let's go. Let's go, straight off the bat. Let's show them how we do, Hardaway. That's what we do! That's what we do! Get in then. No one's closing him. No one's near him. No. Oh, it's all gone wrong. Come on. Big Patrick Ewing, what you got? Boom! That's what I bought him on for. That's what I bought him on for. Oh, he's only gone and done it again. He is on fire. Anthony Hardaway, I'm never putting you on that bench again, young man. No, no. Oh, give it him straight back. Rodman, you know. Where's he been? Come on, Scotty. Come on, Scotty. Beam me up, Scotty! Let's go! 1 point ball game. That's what I'm talking about. Get up. Get up. Yes, yes. This is it. This is it. Grant Hill, shoot it. Have you missed? Have you missed? You're coming off, Grant Hill. Go on, lad. Pippen. Yes. We're back in the lead. Yes, yes. Go on. Come on. Now we're talking. Now we're cooking, lads. Oh. Come on. We're better than this. I'm thinking Hardaway 3 right now. Find your space. Find your space. That's what he does. That's what he does. Anthony Hardaway, MVP. Put it in stone now. Never. Ha! Yes! We are up 4. Who's coming out? Grant Hill, you got my nerves, mate. I'm going to bring Reggie in. I'm going to bring Shaq back in for the final. Right, this is it.
East with the rebound.
Right, nothing crazy, nothing spectacular. That's what we need. We just need to sink our twos, see it out. Get out of here, Rodman, man. Go and play in North Korea or something. Get off of me. Oh, the speed! Oh, did you see that? Oh! Kobe! Oh! Oh, get out of it. Just when I thought I was getting a bit comfortable. Scottie Pippen cleaning up. That's what I'm talking about. Scotty too hotty. Boom! 7-point ball game. Surely that's it now. They've got to go for threes, haven't they? Oh, no. Oh, no. How has this happened? Scottie Pippen's come up trumps in this final quarter, hasn't he? Legendary performance.
Bulls with the rebound. Scottie Pippen.
Right, 4 seconds. Oh, almost the buzzer beater. Get in! That's what I'm talking about. I don't think I need to tell you whether I enjoyed that or not. I think you could tell by how I reacted throughout. Absolutely loved it. I'm going to tell you anyway. That's giving me a right boost. And that's what this is all about. I would never be sitting here at home normally on my own thinking, oh, I'm going to play Total NBA 97. Well, I'm glad this video gave me the impetus to do it because I thoroughly enjoyed that. This is normally where I tell you guys to say in the comments something like, I don't know, NBA Ghetto to let me know you've watched thus far. But this time I'm going to switch you up. I want you to let me know who you think was the MVP of that game. Let me know in the comment section below who you think was the player of the match. Guys, I think I'm going to play another game. But thank you very much for watching. Play your games, keep it retro. Peace!